Welcome back to another game. Right, we're in against e4 with a 2100. So, I think I'm all set. So let's have a little look at our opponents. 2104, 2103 at classical. And 43 games of classical. This is probably a move. Like usually I play d6, right? But is c5 a move? c5 if they take it, am I getting that back? If I go here. Yeah, I'm going to play. I think c5 should be a move. And like if we can provoke d5, then this bishop should become very strong. Let's turn my volume up a bit. Yeah, so c5 if this ever takes, this line becomes important. And so if takes, I think queen a5 to put pressure on the pawn and on the knight, so the only way to then defend it, yeah, I don't think you can defend both, can you? I was going to say like queen d4, but that's not a move. Okay, so knight takes and we're into like a bit of a Sicilian line. Usually you could get a transposition of this. I don't play Sicilian, so takes knight here, I imagine is. This seems theoretical to me. Or maybe you could even take the d pawn and take a non-castled king, but I don't think there's any need to do that. Take with the b pawn. I'm thinking d6 here, could get pinned, and then bishop there. So maybe a6 is often a move, isn't it, in Sicilian lines, and I'm kind of treating this a bit like a Sicilian. Yeah, an a6 Sicilian takes. This bishop becomes a bit useless. Well, I could play d6 and have pawns on d6, c6, and a6. Okay, so they're probably castling long. This is an option. I think d6, they castle long. I can probably play this because they're not threatening to push, are they? One thing I do need to be a bit mindful of is like the bishop ever getting a supported b6 square, so actually something like this would have been quite challenging because then they're threatening to take and play bishop b6. So let's get our knight out. Maybe this is still a threat. No, take. Hop here or something. Yep, so they're definitely castling queenside. I'm definitely castling kingside. Still not a threat. Like this coming down the board, these are coming down the board. And I've only got 2 pawns to hit back with. And this bishop is totally useless at the moment, isn't it? It's not progressing anywhere here. I'd happily trade this for any other minor piece on the board, light squared bishop or either of these. Is this a move? Often in these structures it's nice having a knight on f8. going to get that luxury. That pushes back. That pushes back here. Oh, no, that pushes I take. So there takes, and like this. Yeah, I'm going to play this. Put some pressure on this g4 pawn. Open up the centre a bit. Okay, it goes that way. So do I not just have knight here? Then I drop this. Yes. Yes, I am just dropping a pawn, aren't I? I think here, and then but then takes. Or do I come back? I think I'm going to go here. Yeah, I think I misplayed this, allowing probably maybe even just like knight takes. Pawn takes is probably safer. So knight takes, like this knight, if I've got a bishop, a knight, and a queen pointing at it, and there's only a bishop and a queen defending. Yeah. So I can go here to try and pick it back up. Which doesn't seem crazy. Or takes, push, no, that's defended too many times. So here, just move this knight away, but then I can take, yeah, I'm going to go here, I think. There's no decent kind of discoveries they can get with that knight. Now I've just got two pieces on this, maybe the bishop comes out. Maybe I can then get mine out and put some pressure on here. I imagine they probably want to get the bishop here and push the pawn so that they can zap this knight off. So at some point I might have to get the bishop off of g7. Question is where to put it. Maybe here is a bit better, just to try and play against an f4 push. Okay, so it does go for this. So I've got b5, which might be a nice tempo move. I'm also realising on a3 I don't have a good retreating square, do I? So on this takes, check is good. So here, bishop goes back. Oh no, if I play there, knight just takes it. Takes bishop there. Bishop there, and here, and here, and here. create a square for my knight to get back home, or try and put some pressure on this knight. This doesn't work. I think I'm playing this, and then on this I'm coming back. Which is not ideal. Well, from here you can maybe drop back and put pressure on from there. Yeah, this is no good. Without takes, and then there, but then there. Yeah, so I don't think actually that was any good. Now on this I'm forced to go here. Maybe this path. We'll get castles now. Bishop here. But this square is always pretty good. I really hate this position actually. I need to get these pawns going. Here, here, here. It's still a pressure urging bishop, but it's not fantastic, is it? Like this is coming. Maybe I need to bring my rook over and challenge at e6. Do I? Or do I really leave this as try and leave this as a weakness for them? Do I push a4? I'd love it if I could play b4, b5. Yeah, actually, could I play that? No, I couldn't play b4, b5, could I? That's my knight was in the way. Not looking great. In which case, maybe I switch to try and, I always say this, try and play a bit quicker and put time pressure on, and then I never manage it. I'm passive, down a pawn, with no, like if you gave me 5 moves, no, I don't really have 5 great improving moves where you can like push the pawn, put these pawns, bring this rook over, put this bishop back and put pressure on my knight. So this knight's not doing much apart from literally just being a glorified pawn and stopping h5 from being played. It's putting a bit of pressure on f4, but nothing major, given that the bishop and queen both defend it. Interesting. Gives me this square for my bishop. Let's play bishop here if I... I'm going to trade and play bishop up here. is get in here. Maybe they want to like, maybe queen here so they can play this. Looking at trying to get this guy here. Maybe they'll try and just play it super defensively and trade that. Like this is looking really sharp. I just need to coordinate it with like a rook. Queen sat here. Brings my knight back into the game. It makes me very weak on the dark squares, but that'll be with that dark square bishop too. And there goes my glory piece. But maybe there's weakness now on c2. Oh, this is a nice idea. Takes, I think I'm taking with the knight. Am I taking with the knight? Yeah, I think it's a good place for the knight to live, again, because it just stops the pawn pushes, but it's then quite a defensive piece, but it does very well at holding everything all together. Bishop can't retreat that way, because no, I can take that. Takes there, but then I pick up this pawn. Slides back. Put pressure on the knight with this. Takes, and you plop your knight here. We've evened up the time situation. I'm not in much of a position to. I've got like 4-on-1, 4-on-2 area. So obviously if all the pieces come off, I'm just going to get these pawns will just absolutely ruin me in game. Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe there might even be an idea of taking this knight and getting this in. I think that drops a rook, but you get the kind of gist of it. There might be those kind of tactical plans. Maybe with like takes, and then we take the knight, and then we take here, and then we check and pick up the queen back again or something. This is basically my only source of potential in the position. The diagonal bishops with a rook and maybe a queen going up the board, hopefully tag teaming. So I'm hoping for like a double threat probably of something on these two pawns going up the board and something laterally on a pawn or a bishop to win my pawn back. Obviously like to get my queen onto a2. So the other useful thought process is what pieces are not contributing very much. This rook on f8 is not contributing very much. And the question is, where would you like to put it if you could drag and drop it? And there's no fantastic place for it. Maybe on b8, like somewhere on one of these three files, I think. Double stacking would be good, but it's challenging with their kind of three pieces. Like I can't double stack there because the knight, pawn, bishop. So yeah, just play quickly. Attack the knight. Maybe threaten to do some of this kind of stuff, or push push. And then sneaking around the side. So this is obviously good. Now I just need to deflect the bishop away. Maybe knight back is quite sensible. Okay, wait, so is that any good? No, I don't want to leave him with this on the board. This is annoying. That's very annoying. It's not to play that. Yeah. I really want to keep this on the board, so I'm going to put that there. Now I'm in a position I can double stack. This pawn is undefended, if they're so inclined. And maybe they are, just it's one less thing I can throw at them, isn't it? Just grab it. Here, or across. Down 2 pawns. Thankfully, semi-thankfully, they're all on this side of the board. This is a bit of it. Yeah, because I don't have up because there's knight here. Just want to double stack and try and get some compensation. Not great being 2 pawns down, but at least it's opposite sides castling. What am I expecting? Bishop here, maybe knight here. Yeah, I think that's a bit of a one move threat, I don't think that's any good. I think I need to try and get some more activity over rows. I think this is probably quite a sensible move. I think this is probably quite a sensible move. I think I'll play this. And I'm going to double up. Yeah, I don't have any pawn weaknesses to throw. Right. Yes, that's the other one. Step up now. Queen here maybe. King over. Bishop back here, but it's quite challenging without having to trade the knight. Like if I do knight, trade, meh. I think I don't want to trade too many pieces. Maybe this way, and bring some pressure back here. Maybe she's the knight's obviously defending the pawn with the move. sensible. Up runs into this. Does it? Check. Pen. Or just up to go check. That's true what you said, wasn't it? Yeah, on this, we're playing check. With queen here, we take here, they take there, we take there, we get 2 pieces for it. And king over. We got this. Yeah, putting some time pressure on now. Actually, this is maybe quite useful. Maybe, although it does open up the H file, which is less useful. This is defended twice. There. I'll just take here, but then the knight gets a free jump. Or I take here, takes. Takes here, knight jumps. Where would it jump? There? Or I take here. No, then this. Or we go here. And this is a pretty savage move. There's no immediate threat. So what about this? Takes here, I go here. Still a bit. This is still savage. My queen undefended there. Takes there. This is the best I've seen. There takes there, threatening this. pawn. Rook c4 is a threat though, I believe. Ooh, is that blunder? There, bishop there. Is that not a blunder? So this, 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 this. No, not that. This. What about with the insertion of this? Forcing it up. So this, 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 but then this is an issue. Well, you could attack there. Play this first and see what they do. Hoping to see this, and then I think this becomes even stronger because on this takes, you just win a piece. And this one, I think, yes. But I here check. Oh no, it's not. It's the knight, you Wally. Being 2 pawns down. There's no check on this square, the knight covers it. Yeah, maybe earlier on I should have gone for the, rather than this move, I should have played rook up. 2 pieces for a rook and a pawn. See, this is super weak. If I don't move my rook, then this is an issue. Yeah, I thought I was picking up this pawn. At least I didn't take it. Saw that knights can move backwards just in time. I was like, maybe you can let me have it and play for this. Not immediately, I need to move the bishop back to like here. Let me have it move over. Or at least we're in a time scramble for him. Get him down to under a minute. I've not played this particularly well. Oh no, what am I missing? c4. Big plan. And I'll take here. And it's not this because of this. Feeling good about this. Now takes. I'm threatening just to take here. Let's just leave this in. No bishop can block. So bishop blocks, then rook over. And knight takes. Okay, it doesn't give me that option. Yes. Just takes. Nothing much any good here. What about takes? Takes. Takes. I like the look of that best. You'd probably take there. I think ultimately the pawns are going to be too strong. Yeah, the pawns will be too strong, won't they? Hopefully this. Here to pick up this pawn. I don't know, it's going to be a tough ask, isn't it, to stop all these pawns. If you go here, maybe here. Oh, that's the end of the game, isn't it? Yep, that's the end of that, isn't it? Whoops. Never really in control of that game. So let's have a look. Is c5 not? Well, it's the third most played move. It's alright. Takes. Yeah, knight c6. Bishop out. Okay, so a6 is not the move. Yeah, like I say, because of this, and probably in conjunction with this bishop here threat, a6 just vacates this strong b6 square, so this is what you should play instead. Okay, noted. d5 is what we want to be getting in, and what we play. Okay, so we actually play this ball right, knight there, even dropping the pawn. So this is -2, so here, bishop goes back. To get your bishop out. Goes back. Yes, I can see why this is a stronger position than what I had. Okay. Yeah, so definitely worse. -2 here. I thought we ended up getting a reasonable amount of counterplay. Interesting. Okay, this is +3. Wow. Let's just grab. Still 2.5. Yeah. So that was my chance. But so the line I saw was here, bishop back, take there, take there, take there, take there. you can't take here because you come down and lose a knight. So knight here, yeah, actually do, and then here. Okay, that's a draw. This is slightly better for me, is it? Apparently. Yeah, rook and a pawn against two pieces. Obviously, like, this is scary. Fine, but I had to do. Yeah, I saw it, but I didn't think it was good enough. I thought, and obviously I thought I had takes and takes, but should have gone here and kept the pressure on. Yeah, drop too many pawns here. Yeah, that's just the end of that. Well played, good game.